this is not only the dumbest thing that I've seen in quite some time, but this is literally the gayest thing I've seen in quite some time. Saints defensive tackle Khalen Saunders, however you say his last name, to host LMNOP inclusive youth football camp. So there's a couple things, a couple problems I have with this. Okay, first problem is we've never needed this. Why have we ever needed to seclude anyone because of their sexual preference, anyone because of what they do in their bedroom at night, where they put their dick at night or in the morning? Why do we care? So that's question number one. But question number two I have is, it goes a little bit deeper, which is why the youth? But we already know the answer to that question. We've already seen what they've done with the schools. We've already seen what the Demi Lovatos of the world have influenced kids to do, which, by the way, 5 years ago, she was calling herself a they, them, didn't know what she wanted, didn't know who she was, calling herself a fluid. And then now, literally in 2025, she's married to a man and calling herself a woman. So we already know what kind of loop that they throw all these kids in. And that's just one example. Don't even get me started on the JoJo Siwas of the world. But we're talking about the NFL. We're talking about professional fucking football players now doing this shit and condoning this shit and standing for this shit. Bro, you are 6'5", at least 320 fucking pounds, and you doing this soft ass, weird ass shit. Nobody cares, man. Do your job. Because we already know what's going to happen if he gets cut or he doesn't get re-signed. He's going to start crying victim. I'm this and I'm that, and they didn't want me on the team. No, this is based on how you play. This is based on whether you're good enough to be on the football team, contribute well enough to the football team to win or not. But you want to make it about everything else. You want to stand for everything else except for being a football player that makes millions. Being in the NFL, it's very male dominant and heterosexual dominant. There feels as if there's not really a space for the LMNOP community. Says who? Says who? Who says this? Who says there's no room for you to be whoever you want to be and be in the NFL? Fam, the NBA had Dennis Rodman. We dealt with Michael Sam about 10 years ago with the same shit, with him coming out as the first gay football player or some shit. And there have been plenty since then. But now you want to up the ante. Now you want to raise the bar as being a part of the LMNOP community. This is not pandering, fam. This should be criminal. Because we're talking about the youth. We're talking about kids. I could see if this was college. I'd still have a problem with it if it was college-age kids. But we're talking about kids, fam. And you're running an LMNOP youth football camp. What does that have to do with football? Because as far as I'm concerned, I grew up in the early 2000s, mid-2000s, late. I don't understand when people say we were never accepted and we were never this, because I grew up in a small ass town in the middle of fucking nowhere and everybody was fucking accepted. You might hear a joke or two. We might joke around, hey, this nigga gay, whatever, but we'd never seclude you. We never say, yo, you can't join the football team. You never get fucking beat up in a locker room, no shit like that with these motherfuckers, the Khalen Saunders of the world would probably make up about just to keep their job. Or just to get endorsed by some more LMNOP plus communities. But fam, you've always been accepted to the general public. This is what I don't understand. This has nothing to do with football. At all. That's why I look at this comment. It says, what does sexuality have to do with football? Absolutely nothing. That's what. Absolutely nothing. So look at this one. The first youth football camp, intentionally exclusive of boys, girls, and LMNOP athletes. July 5th in St. Louis. Saunders founded the original Element Foundation, which hosts annual football combines. This year, on July 5th, he will be hosting his first LMNOP friendly camp in St. Louis. You got to be kidding me, man. The pandering is at an all-time high. I just want to let you guys know that. And I continue to reiterate when in all of these videos that you have these actors and actresses and football players, basketball players, now singers and stuff like that, wanting to come out and talk about anything other than and stand for and represent everything under the sun except for what they're actually talented at, except for their actual fucking job. You can't shut the fuck up and just play football. You can't do that. Khalen goes on to say, these are people who feel like they have to be hidden, although they might love the sport. Again, if you love the sport, I don't get how you were ever fucking hidden. You don't have to hide because you're gay. It's never been that way. Now look at this gay ass picture, man. These niggas do this shit on purpose, man. ESPN, NFL, they're in on it. That's why they're promoting this shit at an all-time high and have been for at least 10 years. When they can't brainwash you with the BLM stuff, they're going to try and brainwash you with the elemental P stuff. It's just as plain and simple as that. And if my dumb ass can see it, I don't see how a lot of y'all can't see it. Youth is the key word of this whole thing. Youth. Y'all don't see a huge problem with this? So let's go to the comments, man. Youth camp and anything about sexuality should be, yep, exactly, not be in the same sentence. I like this comment right here. Forced agenda propaganda, hashtag save our kids. Facts. A youth camp focused and directed towards sexuality seems appropriate. Exactly. And then you got this weirdo right here. This comment section is why this is needed. Why exactly is this needed? You tempted me to even comment on this right now. I'm doing a fucking video. Oh yeah, he's getting roasted, so it's okay. Yep, somebody took the words right out of my mouth because I was just gonna say make insane asylums great again. That's all I was gonna say. This dude already did it for me. He said, "No, it ain't. You need to seek mental help." Facts, mega facts. So you already see. It seems like the general population is doing exactly what they should be doing, which is reacting negatively to this. And showing the NFL and showing ESPN, get your head out of your ass or get your head out of elemental P community's ass because nobody gives a shit where you put your dick at night. I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy Corn, and I am disappointed.